We are in the year 1658 in late October. The city of Copenhagen was held under siege by the Swedish forces. The Swedish king, Carl Gustaf, had occupied all of Denmark and had his stronghold at Kronborg Castle. The Swedish navy controlled the trade throughout the entire Baltic Sea. All that was left of free Denmark was Copenhagen, but the supplies were short. Denmark and the Netherlands had an alliance, and therefore the Netherlands decided to send an expeditionary force to Denmark. It consisted of 40 men of war, a number of advice boats, and a number of fire ships, along with 2,200 infantry units in 30 companies. The Netherlands were also afraid that Sweden should gain total control of trade in the Baltic Sea.
Hello, my name is Jacob van Wassenaar Opdam, and I'm an admiral in the Dutch Navy. I have been elected by my government to protect the good citizens of the Netherlands provinces, and especially those who travel in the Baltic Sea, against all harm, as well as help the Danish king against violence from the Swedish king, who has assaulted the kingdom of Denmark. It must be done with such a force that, with the blessing of God, will be necessary to prevent such a pressure as mentioned above. My orders are to escort military aid to the Sound and further on to Copenhagen. And now I got to go. On the 7th of October he left Flee. The flotilla headed north along the coast of Jutland. On the 13th of October they reached Skår, but contrary wind prevented them from passing the treacherous reef of Skår. Finally, on the 23rd of October, the large flotilla anchored just north of Zealand in the Bay of Hornbæk. There they lay, waiting for beneficial wind. It came the 29th of October.
Hello, my name is Carl Gustaf Wrangel, and I am the commander of the Swedish Navy. My orders are to prevent any Dutch or British ship to go through the Sound without the explicit acceptance from my king. Unless I receive further orders, I must make sure that they anchor up in the Bay of Hornbæk. If they refuse to do so, I have the authority to use any means possible and necessary to prevent them from getting to Copenhagen.
The Swedish Navy left Malmö and was heading towards the Sound. Some Dutch ships went to the Swedish coast to destroy the coastal fortresses there. Dutch transport ship passing through the battleground unharmed by enemy fire. The Swedish flagship was grounded just below Kronborg to be in its protective area. The remains of the Swedish forces retreated. The battle roamed for 5 to 6 hours. Among the Dutch, there were 600 killed or wounded. Among the Swedish, there were 1,200 killed or wounded. Even though the Dutch were heavily outnumbered, they won the battle because they had the favor of the wind and they were better seamen. The Dutch managed to get the transport ships to Copenhagen, where they were greeted within.